It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Colts and the Titans, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Yeah, this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Dancing to his left. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. First down, Winston. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Defensively, they came into the game with the understanding they're going to have to slow him down on passes just like this because he was over 100 yards receiving a week ago. And you know they want to get him involved here as well.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The numbers for him from a week ago. 10 carries, 76 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Winston. He's going to try and go deep again. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that throw, pretty impressive, and even 61 yards through the air. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive, 4 plays, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. You know, you're following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under. CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Draw play. This is Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. On 3rd down, Henry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Isaiah Oliver there on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jameis to throw it. Throws left side. Atwell's got it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. 2nd and 9. Now Winston. To the right side, incomplete to Atwell. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there. Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. That's caught. It's Demarcus Robinson. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Wiggles free. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And the broken tackle could not free him. Taken down right at the 10-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And the ball is free. Taylor lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the
going the other way.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. That's complete right around the 8. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Again, it'll be Taylor. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football, and if you're going to throw.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jameis Winston. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Colts add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Alex Highsmith. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
And meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Titans punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw is Winston. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jameis Winston and company heading back onto the field now. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working out of the gun, Winston. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Winston. Flush to his right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Titans offense set to begin the drive as they'll take over with just 13 seconds to go before the break. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. On the move to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
They'll throw now on the final play. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Oh, none of that.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Colts to take over. They were losers last time out to the 49ers, but right now they're on the right side of the scoreboard as they start out 1st and 10. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. His throw incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked up by Kenny Moore. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up
and Winston lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. To throw, Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They begin with Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. It's a big play there for Tennessee.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw, rolling to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good, and it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the 3rd quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
We'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Open man is Atwell, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They'll throw again. Winston. Flushed out right, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Elliott in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They'll look to throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Kwity Paye in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Winston. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed. And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Derrick Henry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Steps away. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Patterson's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Bust through the tackle. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. 58 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Escaping the pressure. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
You got 4. You got 4.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Henry. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Winston readies the offense. Down by a field goal. A little over a minute and a half remaining. Winston to throw. Pass complete to Taylor. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Titans have just about shown up this football game. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit. Here's Winston. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense, just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
On 1st down, Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. Here's 2nd and 8. Steps away to his left. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock, but not a huge pickup there. 6, maybe 7. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Dancing to his left. This is Smith with a grab. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Now a first throw here in overtime. This will go to Henry out wide. And some room to work. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A huge play there in overtime. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime. Just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all. And then to get there and finish it what I would call an old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for the Titans, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And